any property that goes to under contract, if the exit is novation or wholesale assignment contract, wholesale double close, and I think we'll add another option for wholesale other to set the catch-all, you will see this tab of listing. So for any of those 4 exits, novation or any kind of wholesale, you will be able to create a listing and push it to the listing website. That's in this update. Hi guys. My name is Sharad. I am the owner and founder of REsimpli. I live out in San Diego, California. So if any of you guys live in Southern California, I would love to meet you guys. But just wanted to give you this call. I wanted to give you a preview of some updates that we have coming this month. And if you guys have any feedback, suggestions, thoughts on it, would love that. All right, I am going to share my screen and go over the updates that we're working on related to disposition and also related to list stacking. All right, so a couple of big updates that we're working on that should be going live this month is one is related to disposition. So what's going to happen is once you have a property under contract and you move any property to under contract, this is in my test account, you will see a new tab pop up called listing. And this is what the tab is going to look like. So you will be able to create your own listing for disposition side of your business. So you give it a listing title and I'll show you what the design will look like. So give it this listing title, whatever you want your listing title to be. House type, bedrooms, bathrooms, square foot, lot size. So just some general information about the house, estimated ARV, and then you put tax information, garage, minimum EMD that you want for the property, and asking price. And there's some additional information you can have for each listing. Do you want to have a minimum acceptable offer? So let's say, you have a property in the contract for 100,000, but you don't want to accept any offer under 125, and you can enable it. And then you can put the minimum acceptable offer. And I'll show you what that looks like when somebody's trying to submit an offer. And you can also have a buy now price. So think of it like an eBay idea, right? When you go bid on eBay, they have a buy now price, that same idea that if you have a property in the contract 100,000, your minimum acceptable is 125, but you put a buy now price of 140. So anybody puts an offer of 140, they can, you'll just accept the offer. Then you can put an offer submission deadline. If you want to have like a timer on the listing page to show how much time is left for someone to accept, to make an offer. And then if you want to notify buyers about multiple offers on their property and also notify buyers about higher offers. So if you have, again, going back to an example of property in the contract for 100, you have minimum acceptable 125. Someone submits an offer for 125 and then, or 130, then I go in, I'm trying to submit an offer of 127. I will get notified, hey, there are other higher offers on the property, so you may want to increase your offer without telling me how much the other offer is. So it'll just tell me there are other higher offers, but it won't tell me how much the other offers are. Then you can put your description for that listing. You can add pictures, you can add documents, and you can also schedule open houses. And once you've done that, then you select from your team who is going to be the main person in charge of that, the main primary contact for that listing. And then, so the cool thing with this would be you would have your own Dispo website that we will host for you. So you will have your own unique website. You'll get the domain from GoDaddy, Namecheap, or whatever you want to get that from. And then you link up your website just like you do with the seller website right now. In REsimpli, you'll be able to do that with the buyer website. So let's say for me, I have a seller website called Max House Buyer. I'll have a website called Max House Seller. So once a listing is created, then I can say publish to my website, maxhouseseller.com. And then this is what the website would look like. You guys will it will be included on every single account. There was some differences in each plan, how much, what features you have, but website will be included in every single account. So once you make your listing live, it will be pushed to your own website. So we'll go live on your website, and I'll show you kind of how it will be linked with your wholesale pipeline. So once you do that, so somebody goes to your website, this is what it'll look like. You can customize it. You can change, text, font, and all that kind of thing. You can add, personalize your website. And once somebody clicks on, let's say, this listing, this is what the listing, this is what all my listing will look like. So it's a listing of all my property. It shows me whether it's available, whether it's pending, or whether it is sold. So it'll give me all that information. And this is what each listing page would look like. This is just a demo, mock-up. So it will only have one status. So all the information that you added right here, listing title, house type, bedroom, bathroom, all of that will go right here. This will be your listing title, your bedroom, bathroom. And then if you had a minimum, if you had a offer submission timeline, this will be a countdown timer right here showing someone exactly how much time is left for someone to submit an offer. And then this will be integrated with our wholesale pipeline. So if I go into my wholesale pipeline, if I have a property under accepted offer, the status will automatically change to pending because you have accepted an offer. Let's say for some reason the offer falls through, you move it back to marketing to buyers, the status of that property will automatically change to available. And once you sell the property, close the transaction, the status will automatically change to sold at that point. So you don't have to manually go in, it will be fully integrated. As you're moving your property from one stage to another, it will automatically keep updating. So this will be the picture of it. I don't have it in the markup, but this will be the picture of the contact person, their information, phone number, email, and then you will have make an offer or buy an offer, whatever price. If I click on make an offer, it will open up a pop-up like this. So buyer will submit their information. And if I have set up a minimum EMD of, let's say, 5,000, someone is trying to submit an EMD of, let's say, 4,000, they'll get a notification that submitted EMD is less than the minimum set by the seller. So they need to, and if the EMD, they will see how much they need to submit. And when the buyer is submitting any offers, if they have any contingencies, how are they paying for the property, and if the closing date, and then they can also upload documents. So they can upload proof of funds, entity documents, anything that they want to submit with the offers, they can do that. Once they go ahead and submit the offer, this is what the Dispo tab is going to look like with the updated. The offers will come through straight from your website into that specific property where the buyer submitted an offer. When did you receive the offer? How much are they offering on the property, whether it's cash or financing? How much is the EMD? Any documents that they uploaded with that offer, you can download, you can view it from right here. What is the closing date? And then if you want to accept it, reject it, or use it as a backup offer, you can manage all of that. And then going back to listing page, so all the pictures you've uploaded, all the information you've added will be right here. Description will be right here. The estimated spread would be your ARV minus the price that you're asking spread. Any documents that you've uploaded as part of your listing will be right here. And then they can see the other properties that you have for sale right here. And open house information will be right here. If you want someone to attend the open house, they can click on attend open house. Open up a pop-up like this. They can put their information, name, first name, last name, phone, email, company name, submit. And then once they do that, in your lead Dispo tab, you can see everybody that has shown interest in open house, or they just submitted an inquiry on that property. So if they inquired about property, so everything will be connected with that specific property. And if someone submits an offer, they submit an inquiry about a property, or they attend an open house, if they're not already on your buyers list, they will automatically get added to your buyers list. And they will also become attached with that particular property where they submitted an offer, or had a question about it, or submitted or attended open house. So you can do all of that from right here. And then if there's already an offer on the property, you won't have to do anything. If you have enabled this as notify buyers about multiple offers, you receive an offer on the property, they will automatically start seeing this badge on the listing saying there are multiple offers. So you don't have to go and do anything. If you have enabled that option that you want to notify your buyers about multiple offers on the property, you just do that. As soon as you get an offer on the property, it will start notifying people that there are multiple offers on the property. And then this will be your design for buy now. So basically the offer price will automatically be filled in. So if you have a buy now price, they click right here, the offer price will automatically be added in, whatever the buy now price is, they can go ahead and do that. And they will be notified that seller, which in case you guys have 24 hours to review the offer and make a decision. If for some reason the buyer does not sign a contract that the seller is happy with, then the offer will automatically be rejected. So this way, there's 24 hours on that. And then you can filter and someone can go into your listing page, filter properties if they want to do based on the bedroom, bathroom, cities, or particular status. And then they can do, open house. And then if this will be your contact page, and this will be your lead dispo design right here. Any questions that you guys have? Is there any feedback? We're still testing it right now in the development phase. So any feedback that you have, anything you would like to see? Nick, any questions? You unmuted yourself.
I do. I have 5.
Go ahead.
Can I set the closing date? So I very often have a deadline. I've got one right now. I've got to close, 2 weeks from yesterday. So they can't pick their closing date. I need to determine.
So they will be submitting it. It's not, so once it's submitted, then you're sending them a purchase agreement at that point. And then in the purchase agreement, we'll have all the details. So this is to manage the offer. So this is the phase 1 of kind of what we're releasing. Then after that, some of the other information we will auto-populate based on, we'll add some other options on, hey, this is the closing date for this property. The buyer cannot change it. And then, the second phase or the future phase of this would be where the e-sign integration that we have will automatically fill out and send the contract out. So you won't even have to go in and do that. So we'll do some of those automations.
Sure. Okay. So okay. I could just put it in the description as well then, I suppose.
Exactly. Yeah.
For now.
Exactly.
Also, I do non-refundable earnest money deposits.
Yeah. So that'll be again part of your description, and then part of your purchase agreement at that point that the EMD is non-refundable.
Okay. Will it cross-reference existing buyers in my list?
It will, correct, based on the phone and email.
Both have to match?
Not both, one of them.
One of them. Okay, good. How about branding on the Dispo website? Yours look pretty
this will be your own branding. This is just a generic template, but you will be able to go and you'll be customize it. So it'll be your logo right here, your branding. You can change the colors. You can do all of that on your own. This is just right out of the gate what we'll offer. Then you can go in and customize that.
Okay, perfect. And then last is, I'm doing a lot of subject to deals and even wholesaling those. So they're a little different structure in that there's, they're taking over somebody else's loan. Are you familiar with those, Sharad?
I am. The phase 1 of this will be with the wholesaling properties. The next update we have will be if you are doing, if you're taking the property down, closing on it, you're rehabbing it, then you will also be able to do the listing. But this one will be integrated with your wholesale pipeline. So any property that you're wholesaling, so basically any property where you have the exit type of wholesale, assignment contract, wholesale double close, or novation. So those will automatically, you will be able to create a listing for. And right now, next month update will also have properties that you're flipping. You will be able to push them to your listing website or your Dispo website.
So I am wholesaling my subject.
Yes.
I'm wholesaling my subject to deals. So
yeah, so you would want to make sure that you select the status of wholesale, either assignment contract, double close, or novation.
Yes. So it's just really just the structure of kind of the asking price, the contract price, the asking price. That stuff is a little different with a sub 2. It's still a wholesale deal.
Right.
Still assigning my contract, but
yeah, I mean that's some of that stuff you can manage through your through your listing detail. You can see, you can just refer to the listing description for more information, or you can put it in your listing title.
Yes. Okay, I'll figure it out when I get it.
Yeah, exactly. Once we go. I'm sorry.
You ready for us to start playing with?
It should be by the end of the month. We're testing it right now. Should be ready by the end of the month for testing. So okay. I just wanted to kind of give you guys a preview to see if there's any feedback or thoughts. Now that you mentioned about the wholesale sub 2, I'm thinking there might not be a bad idea to add wholesale other, just like as a catch-all for all the other wholesale properties.
Okay.
Yeah.
Okay. I won't hog the time. I'll let somebody else
no worries.
for those.
Hey, Andrew.
I love it.
Thank
I'm
you,
ready.
Sharad. Thank you.
Hey, what's the difference between the inquiries and interested buyers?
Let me go back. So inquiries would be someone who just clicked on inquired about property,
Okay.
and the interested buyer would be someone who clicked on attend open house.
So we've
So
been
it would-
using, I don't know if we've been using this right, but we've been using the interested buyers thing, or really we want to be using it as whenever somebody shows interest and wants to make an offer, whenever they make an
Right.
offer on it. But with this update, are we going to be able to call the buyers, the interested buyers and increased buyers from there? Because right now we have to add them to the Dispo
Yes.
section.
Yes. So when you hover on it, it'll have call, SMS, and email option.
Okay, and for the interested buyers too. Okay.
Yeah, interested, both of these. So once you hover on it, you can call, text, and email the interested buyers or inquiries.
Got it.
So we're just separating inquiries from interested buyers. So you can see someone who showed interest in attending open house is a little bit more interested than someone who's inquiring about property. But once we go live with it, and if you guys have any feedback, we can always go back and look at that and make any changes.
What if we don't really do open houses?
You don't have to put anything in. So if you don't do any open houses, like you would just not put anything here. So
Okay.
then it won't show anything, right? It won't have this.
Got it. Okay. But we could still manually add interested buyers in there.
Exactly. Yep. So you'll have the option to add, I don't have it here, but you'll have an option to add interested buyers.
Okay. And then back on the website, will we be able to add another page? Because right now you have listings, right? Home and listings, and then contact up there.
Correct.
Will we be able to add a page on there, like a custom web page? Like if, for example, I wanted to add like an about us page.
Yeah, so this is the website built on WordPress. You will be able to add website, like just out of the gate, It'll have home, listing, and contact, but you will be able to add other pages. So just like we have our seller websites built on WordPress, this is also built on WordPress. So it'll be pretty easy to add pages to that.
Yeah. Awesome. Okay.
Okay. Cool.
I think that's all I have for now.
Yeah. Awesome, man. Let me see. There's some questions in the chat. Hey, Donatello, if you send an email to Sharad support at REsimpli, we can have someone look into it and then see kind of what's going on. Okay. And Corey,
I sent a request via email, but I just hadn't gotten a response.
okay.
So I'm new to the system. Really like it. Think it'd be great. Just wondering.
Absolutely. Yeah, no, I posted on our Facebook group, like we're a little short out, but we literally just this week hired 3 more people that were onboarding. So starting like next week or so, we should have, our support team should have like 4 extra people. We hired 1 last week, a couple of more this week, and we're hiring 1 more. So we should be able to get back to you guys pretty quickly.
Okay, and the Facebook group is?
Yeah, and Facebook group, if you don't have access to the Facebook group, yeah, I would just go ahead. Let me do this. I'm going to put the link to the Facebook group in the chat. So go ahead and join that also if you haven't already joined.
Okay, thank you.
Yeah, so someone asked, yeah, you can only upload CSV files in the system, no Excel or numbers. But if you're using a MacBook, it's pretty easy to convert a numbers file into a CSV. Yeah, and Blaine, yes, you will be able to upload videos also here. Right here, you will be able to upload videos. So if you see this, it is a video. So you'll be able to upload videos also to your listing page. So yeah, you can also upload a video right here. And this will be going live by the end of the month. So let me show you other updates that we're making to list stacking, and then I can answer questions about going live. So with list stacking, we're making an update.
Sharad, yes. Can I ask one other question about
go ahead.
Off that?
Go ahead.
Something I would also wonder if maybe not in this first iteration, but I also like to have a single property website, sort of its own URL just for that property, so I can blast it out, advertise it by itself. Nothing wrong with, I suppose, sending them to my main URL, but I also like to have single property sites if we can someday.
Yeah, we will eventually do that, but so each listing will be its own URL. So if I have Max House Seller, it'll be Max House Seller /123 Main Street.
Great.
Max House Seller /456 Main Street. It's not its own unique, but there's like a, own URL for each
Okay,
property, each listing.
perfect.
Okay.
Thanks.
Cool. All right. So another update we're making with list stacking this month is this is what the property detail page would look like. So anytime you upload a property into list stacking, we will automatically add this information for every single property. So property type, bedrooms, bathroom, estimated value on that, area, lot size, year build, basement type, basement area, garage type, garage space, garage area, all the tax information, assessed value, land value, improvement value, assessed year, and last sale date, ownership duration, how long the owners own the property, what was the last sale price, and what was the purchase method, and also if there is any MLS information on the property. So if it is active on MLS, we'll also include that information. And we will also add a tab called mortgage detail. For that property, you can see all the open mortgages, first mortgage, amount, type, interest rate, interest type, and what's the term on it, when is the loan maturing, who is the lender on that property, on that mortgage. So you'll go get up to 4 mortgage information on that. And then we'll have a tab called, it's going to be called portfolio. So for that owner, once you've uploaded a property into list stacking, even if you don't have other properties, we will show you how many other properties that owner owns, what is the address, whether that property is vacant or occupied, who is the owner name, what is the owner name on that property, if that is in your lead, if there's a status, property info, property details, what is the estimated value of that property, how much are the open loans on that property, every single property, and estimated equity. So you can see for each owner, how many properties they own, what is the total estimated value of their entire portfolio, what is the total loan amount on the entire portfolio, and how much is the estimated equity on the entire portfolio. So this will also be going live end of this month with list stacking. So this month we'll be going live with the disposition website and also list stacking update. So this information will automatically be added for every single property. You can go ahead and update it if you have any updated information, but as you upload any property, as you add any property, this will start adding this information for every property that you have, okay? And a couple of other small updates that will be going live with. So if I'm in a lead, I know a lot of you guys asked for it. If I'm in a lead and it's actually a buyer that called me, then you will be able to push that contact from seller to a buyer. Okay, so this way, or if it's a vendor, if it's a vendor, you can just push them directly to a vendor and not keep them as a lead. All right, so yeah, those are some of the big updates that are going live. The Dispo and the list stacking are the 2 big updates, and there will be a couple of minor updates that will be going live with.
Sharad, on the Dispo side of things, is there going to be something to track the KPIs? Like right now, you have the leaderboard and everything where we can track the KPIs on the acquisition side.
Right.
Can't really track anything on the
Dispo side. Yeah, we'll definitely, great question. We'll definitely be doing that. So once we go live with that, I'm sure people will have feedback or other suggestions on kind of what we can add. And then with that, we'll always make sure that there's like KPIs added to it. Like the way we build our wholesale pipeline is that it tracks, how long does it take? I mean, you don't see that on your end, but we have all the data. How long does it take from the time you get a property under contract before you start marketing to buyers? How long, how many offers are you getting on each property? How many, so all of that we will be pushing to a leaderboard in a future update.
And I mean, our biggest thing right now is just seeing how many offers we receive per day and per property. Right. Is there any way for us to get that data now?
I will check with my team, number of offers, that if they can get that to you, but that'll all be part of the leaderboard when we go live with that.
Yeah, I was just wondering, if I was missing something in the system and there was
no, we don't have that. I mean, we have the data, but we just haven't gotten to like adding it to the leaderboard.
Okay,
cool. All right, so Dominic, that answered your question. And okay, cool. Cody, I already sent that message to my team, so someone will be reaching out to you on that. Okay.
Sure, that answered my question, but kind of had a semi follow-up to that one. So it seems to work the same with Carrot, like the buyer site, that each property has its own URL. So theoretically, no one can like get through to seeing that listing without knowing the exact URL. I was wondering, is there going to be a way to have a landing page where we can get their information if it's someone who's not on our buyers list, and then have that just be the same form, we normally send out to people to get them added to our buyers list?
So the way it will work, let's say you send this listing, your website out to someone, your buyers list. So anytime they take an action on it, we're looking into some other updates where if someone comes to your website and they don't fill in anything, we will be able to get their email address and add them as a buyer. So that's in a little bit few. We're testing it right now. I'm testing it on my website right now. So people that are coming to my website, if they don't fill anything, I'm still getting their email address, but we're testing the quality of it. So, we'll be adding that. But the way it will happen is, anytime you send this to someone, if they take any action on it, they make an offer, they attend open house, they inquire about property. If they're not on your buyers list, they will automatically be added to your buyers list, and that buyer will get attached to that particular listing that you have. And then when you go into the buyer detail page, then you can see for each of the buyers that you have, so how many deals they have been part of, how many properties they've been interested, how many open houses they've attended. So you'll be able to look at every single buyer and see how many properties they've shown interest in, or how many deals you've closed with them. Okay.
I gotcha.
So a couple of other ideas would be, we didn't want to do it with this update, but maybe with the future one, again, based on what you guys give us feedback on. Another idea that we have is where we make it where, say, if someone goes to your website, they have to kind of log in through, like we can do integrate with Facebook, Google. So this way, they go in, they have to log into the website before they can take any action on this. So that's something we're looking into with this update. We just kind of wanted to make it like open. You can send it to anyone. Anybody can, communicate with the website, submit offers, inquire about open houses and whatnot. And then, they can go from there.
Yeah, I think the biggest thing, so when I'm building my buyers list as I'm going now in the new market, when I go to the meetups and stuff, I just tell them, hey, head over to my website.
Right.
Obviously on the Carrot side of the house, the cost of entry is an email at least, and I've got that set up, and I just move it over to REsimpli. It just be
so eventually the idea would be based on kind of the feedback that we get. We will give an option where you want the cost of entry to be email or just keep it open, right? We're also looking into something, like I said, we're testing it right now, where anybody that goes to your website, even if they just navigate the website, they don't do anything, they exit, we will find out who that person was and give you their email address. So we're just testing the quality of those email addresses, honestly, right now. If you feel, hey, it's pretty good, it's not going to be perfect, it's pretty good, then we'll go live with that. But yeah, we're looking into how, if you want to make it where you lock your website, so someone has to submit their email address, so someone has to give their phone number, or they actually have to log in, where they cannot go into the website without logging. So we're looking into that. But initial phase, we want to make, hey, it's open, anybody can go submit offers and browse the entire website.
Cool.
Okay. So for beta testing, when we go live, we'll just make it open for everyone to go ahead and test. Again, it's included in every single plan, basic, pro, and enterprise. There's certain features that will only be included in pro and enterprise. For example, I believe these features right here, some of these are only included in pro and enterprise, and some of these are only included in enterprise. But if that's something you don't need, then you can just use it in the basic. And then I believe this is only going to be included in pro and enterprise. So if you want to see, if you have the owner, if you want to see the entire portfolio, then that's only going to be included in pro and enterprise. But you will have all of this information will be available on every single plan that we have. Okay. And then eventually the goal would be, Dominic, to kind of the point that you mentioned, that if we have a property under contract, if you have a property that you're disposing, you are, wholesaling, we will be able to provide you the buyers within a certain radius of that specific property. So you can see kind of who the cash buyers are in that radius of that property. So you can choose the radius and then just say, all right, show me all the buyers, and then add those buyers to your buyers database if you wanted to do that. We're working on that. That's a little bit down the road, but that's kind of the direction we'll be going in with the future update. But the idea with this would be where, rather than having a lot of back and forth with your buyers on, hey, email me your offer, text me your offer, let me jump on a phone and get your offer. It'll just be, hey, can you please head out, go to my website, look for the property you want to remain it, and just submit your offers. And then it just creates a central database of all the offers that you're getting. So you don't have to kind of see, all right, I had an offer, somebody called me about this offer, somebody texted me, someone emailed me. You're like, nope, everything, all the offers that I have, it's right here. You have an offer submission deadline, by which people can submit their offers. Then you have all the offers, you go review, and then whichever offer you want to select, you just accept it. And that person moves over to your buyer, and then the other people will just stay into the other offers that they have. So that would be the idea, basically, like just keep you very, very organized. And then everything stays attached with that listing. So, anybody that submits an offer, you can go at any time into that lead detail, head over to Dispo tab and see everybody that submitted an offer. And then we'll have some other integrations, like right here, where you can push it to your Facebook. You can push it to social media, like Facebook, Instagram, if you're getting some buyers through that. So you can start doing some of that and run some ads on your website. Brian, that will not right now. We will eventually look into that. So Brian had a question: could it be possible to be able to add the listing information to an email template other than using a link? For now, it would just be a link, but again, this is just the first phase of what we're doing. Once we feel like, okay, we've captured everything, kind of the design, all the information that we wanted to capture, then we'll make it convert this into an email. So it'll just basically take this and kind of make an email template out of it with a hyperlink to take people back to your website, and then just do that with the email template. But we didn't want to do it just yet, until we made it live and start getting some feedback on, hey, this is great, I love, what it does, but could it do this, could it do that? So we want to make sure we, leave space for that before we just keep developing more on top of it. But yeah, that would be the idea. But the main goal with this would be, as you guys are doing Dispo wholesaling on your property, have a central place to manage all your disposition. So rather than saying, again, managing through Google Drive or email or text or calls, everything is one central place to manage all your wholesale property. Your buyers, all they know, you're conditioning your buyers to just head over to your website and see exactly everything that's going on, all the listings that you have available, which one is available, which one is pending, which, what kind of properties did you have, so you can manage all of that through one central database. Any other questions that you guys have? Again, we will be going live with both the Dispo and the list stacking updates by the end of the month. So we're testing it right now, but yeah, we should be able to go live with it by the end of the month. Go ahead, Dominic.
Yeah, I just had one back there that was about exporting the estimated value. Is that going to be a value that we can now export out of list stacking?
Yes, we should be able to, but I'll confirm with export.
Because we were testing out the whole, offer on the postcard type thing, and we were hoping to use those values. And they got lost basically on export. So when we sent it out for direct mail.
I'll confirm with my team on that, but yeah, we should be able to do that. And we're looking into that. We're looking into some integration where once we have the estimated pricing, that you will be able to send postcards or letters and choose what percentage of the estimated price you want to send as an offer. So you could choose 50, 60, 70%, whatever you want to include. And then it'll just take the values and then send postcards or letters out based on 50, 60, or whatever percentage of the estimated value. Okay.
Cool.
Awesome. Thanks. Sharad, how can we push So people come in as a lead and we want to push them to a vendor or push them somewhere else. I heard you say it, but I missed. Did you show how we would actually do that?
So a couple of things. One would be if you have, so anybody that goes to your buyer website and then submits makes any contact through that website, they will automatically be added to the buyer database, right?
Yes.
But a lot of time what happens is, let's say you send your postcards out, your letters out, people call you on your seller phone number, but then when it actually a buyer. So with this update that we have coming up, every single lead will have this option that, let's say this was a buyer, you can just say move to buyer, and it will move that person over to a buyer, and all of the communication will carry over to the buyer side. So that person will no longer be a lead. I know a lot of you.
What were the
Go
other
ahead.
choices? Move to buyer, move to vendor, move to what?
And move to buyer, move to vendor. So you have three kind of contacts. It's either a lead, a buyer, or a vendor. So you'll be able to move. If it's a lead, then you just leave them as a lead. If it's a buyer, you just say move to buyer. It pushes over to buyer. If it's a vendor, you just click on move to vendor. It takes all the communication notes and just pushes over to a vendor. It's not a lead anymore.
And if they're an agent?
Agent will be, you still move it to a buyer and just change them as a contact type would be, you just change them contact type from buyer to agent right here. So instead of buyer, you just change it to agent and then they'll convert it into an agent. Okay, cool. All right, Tyler, you had a question?
Yeah, I may have missed it because I joined a little bit late, but how about for Novation selling an MLS? Will we just post a link to the website on the listing, or how do you see that working?
So any property that goes to under contract, if the exit is novation or wholesale assignment contract, wholesale double close, and I think we'll add another option for wholesale other to set the catch-all, you will see this tab of listing. So for any of those 4 exits, novation or any kind of wholesale, you will be able to create a listing and push it to the listing website. That's in this update. Next month, any property that you are rehabbing, so any property that's in your inventory, you're doing fix and flip, and you're not listing on MLS, anytime you move a property to list it for sale, you will see, or anytime, property goes to listed for sale, you will see the listing tab and you will be able to push your fix and flip properties over to the listing website also. But for now, it's for wholesale. And then the next update will be, the next month update will be your fix and flip properties also will get pushed to your listing. And then eventually we'll also do where you can push your rental properties also. So if you have properties that you're renting out, you can also push those over to your website if you wanted to do that. But right now, wholesale, next update will be for your fix and flip properties and then for your rental properties.
So I guess just to clarify, I did catch all that, and that's phenomenal. But just to clarify, what I'm asking is, like, I have my investment sales specialist, and we have the properties listed on the MLS. She's also a realtor, so we actually have an agreement with her. She's listing the properties on the MLS, and with this new update and the listing websites, and like as you say, trying to keep everything centralized, I'm just thinking about the workflow from when an agent comes in through the MLS, what that's going to look like and how we centralize them to the website.
If you have your property listed on MLS, then I would check with the local MLS if it's okay to have the property listed on your website. I think if you have it listed on the MLS, I would check with the agent because it just differs so much from area to area. But I would check with the agent, hey, is it okay if I list it on my website also? But if something is listed on your MLS, and depending on how you're getting that information, you can certainly integrate that with REsimpli. So it flows into your buyers, but it won't be linked in with that specific Dispo tab, for that specific property. But yeah, that's something I'll check with the agent first of all, that if it's okay, some MLS won't allow you to list the property that's on MLS to be on your website also. So yeah, that's something I would check and see if it's okay to do that.
So if we're listing majority of our properties on MLS now, that this update isn't necessarily going to help us too much. This is just for our our off market properties, essentially.
Correct. Correct.
Unless,
You could,
yeah, go ahead.
yeah, you could do that where you list it on the website and you're also pushing it to your buyers also. If you're doing like a flat fee MLS listing, then you could also push it to your buyers as long as your MLS is okay with it.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, because the tricky part is traditionally agents will submit offers, directly to the email on the listing.
Right.
So
yeah, I mean,
it would.
you could do that. I mean, you're doing flat fee listing.
We were doing flat fee listing, but we actually hired a rock star realtor and we
Right.
negotiated with her broker to, for her to list things at a discount, and she's agreed. So
Yeah, but then, in that case, your agent would be managing everything, right? They would have their own system, they would have their own contracts that they would be going through.
yeah, and
in
we've
that
been
case,
trying to avoid that, but it seems kind of right now it's inevitable. Unless there's a workaround. We're trying to make her manage REsimpli, and she's seeing that she
yeah, I
needs
mean,
her own system.
if it's an MLS, unfortunately, then they're like bound by certain regulations on the MLS side. So they'll have to go through that. I mean, even the agent
Okay.
that I work with, she's very particular. Hey, no, I have to follow this based on what my broker requires.
Makes sense.
All right, John, there will be a replay available of this. We'll email it out to everyone. But if you don't get an email like in the next couple of days, just send an email to support at REsimpli and we'll send over the link to you. All right, Aaron has a question. We source data from other list providers with property value, then send a check email. It would be nice to upload the check value along with the address and the list tracker. Shows the check value when we enter the property address. So Aaron, so you're saying the check mailer, okay. Okay, so I see what you're saying. So you are getting the property value and then you're taking a certain percentage of that and sending them like a, offer for, let's say if the property is worth 100,000, you take 60%, you send them a check mailer for 60,000 and you want to be upload that 60,000 value in the list stacking also. Yeah, we don't have that. Yeah, we don't have that update right now. I mean, like I mentioned to Dominic, what we will be doing is now that we have estimated values, we're already talking about an integration with a mail provider where you will be able to select the properties and then select that particular mailer, offer postcard or offer letter, and then choose a percentage of the estimated value and start sending those offers out. But yeah, we'll look into it in a future update. If you already have those offers, then you're uploading and you can just upload the check value also.
Cool.
Yeah. Dominic, the merged buyers will not be part of this update. It's just going to take a little bit longer, so we'll come into a future update because right now, the way we have it on the back end, each buyer is unique with their own phone number and email. So it's just going to be a little bit complicated. So it'll come in a future update. Okay. And Brand, the notification center will not be part of this update. It will be part of a future update, next update. We just couldn't make it part of this. To be very honest, I mean, again, I don't blame 10 DLC, but just last 4 or 6 months, I have just taken a lot of our development resources working on 10 DLC. So it's been kind of a pain dealing with it. So we just got delayed on some of the things. Blaine, you had a question?
Yeah, are y'all working on any updates on vendor and buyer communications, specifically vendor communications, where we attempt to reach out to them and you have to again go and try to dig for them to find them to re-answer anything?
Thank you for being. Yes, so there will be an update to, I think I posted on our Facebook group, there will be an update to buyers and vendor disposition. So on the inbox side, this is what it will look like. So you will be able to see all the messages. Or if you want to see unread, then you can just click on unread. It'll show you any messages that you haven't read. And I don't have it in my account, but when you hover on it, you can make a message read or unread. So it always stays on the top. Any unread messages will always stay on the top, and any read messages, kind of like how your email works. So all the unread messages will be on the top, but you can go in and then just hover and then make it unread. So this will be part of buyers and vendors inbox. Okay, so yeah, this will be part of this update. Yep. Cool. Andre, go ahead. You have a question?
Yeah, back to the interested buyer section, being able to call them, is that going to be updated on the app as well?
It will not be updated on this tab currently won't be available on, this update will not be pushed into the app just yet. So you won't be able to call interested buyers on the app. Yet a couple of other updates coming to the app is, one is the dashboard is going to change for the app. So all this information that you have right here, you will be able to see this on the app. So that's one update that's coming. And then on another update that's coming is on driving for dollars, you will be able to add multiple pictures and videos for each property. So let's say as you're driving around, right now you can only add one picture for each property. With the update that we have coming out, you will be able to add multiple pictures. If you're taking like 10, 15 pictures of a house, you'll be able to attach to that property in driving for dollars.
And is there any way that you can add that to the lineup? Because I think I messaged
it will be.
No,
it will be.
Buyers. It's causing
kind of
a big issue in our process right now.
No, it will be under. It definitely will be. Just with some these updates, we have to push them to the web first. Make sure it kind of works as expected. We have all the feedback taken care of, and then we push it to the app. So because we have a native iOS and Android app, so if you push something to the app same time as web, and if something changes, if some requirement changes, then we have to change on all three of those things. So that's where app is a little bit behind on the from the web.
Yep.
Okay. Hey, Dominic, go ahead with your question.
Okay, I was just gonna try and find the best way to condense it, but basically I'm using tags as far as the date that it's mailed, year, month, and date. And then when I'm going to make future lists, I'm obviously using those to scrub against that. I don't want to hit that again, maybe just yet. So say it's, January 1st, 2023, and that's, 4,000 records. And obviously we've sifted through the return to senders, all that good stuff. What I'm noticing is when I'm building a new list and I'm filtering it out using that tag by the date, it'll filter out the one address, but if they own multiple properties, then that's not getting lumped in there with a tag. So if they own 123 Main Street and 456 Main Street, we mailed 123. The tag is stuck on 123, but the tag's not sticking to 456. So that sucker's coming along with us on the next mail.
Oh, I see. Okay.
So if there's maybe a better way to filter that that I'm not doing.
Yeah, so I see what you mean. If you're doing that, but when you're mailing it, you're adding tag to list. So let's say if I have two properties in my list stacking, one is 123 Main Street, 456 Main Street, they're both owned by the same person. You're adding tag to one property only, right?
It must be because I only tag it once I've removed duplicates and everything, because I'm sending out, I'm always trying to export, say 4,000 records. It's never just however many are on that list.
Yeah, I'll talk to my team. If you send me a video of this, I'll talk to my team as there is when you're adding a tag, because that's how a lot of people are using their tags. It's for mail date. So as you mentioning this, I'm thinking another one idea might be I can talk to my team when you're adding a tag where it will ask you, hey, do you want to push this tag to all related properties also? So then it automatically pushes it to all, or it just attaches to that property. So if you send me a video, if you send me a Loom video kind of explaining, I'll share it with my team. That might be a good update, but you can choose either to push it to that property only or push to all properties owned by that owner.
Yeah, for sure. I'll shoot you a Loom. You want me to send it to your email?
Yeah, sure. Yeah, you can send it to mine, Sharad@REsimpli.com.
Sweet, will do.
All right, Tony, this blue tag right here is if you have this campaign set to first to claim and nobody has actually claimed this lead. So it just shows that it's still sitting unclaimed in your pipeline, that nobody's in your team has claimed this lead. That's what the blue tag is. And then if it was, there's another one, unclaimed, and there's one that I'm blanking out on that. If, let me see what that is, unclaimed, and then you can also filter it from right here. Unclaimed or unassigned is the other one. Yeah. If you use round robin, then none of this would apply to you. Nick, go ahead. Question on the mortgage values.
So I'm not sure, Sharad, if there are multiple sources for that data. I guess, you know, I'm focusing a lot on my subject to deals. And so I'm wondering, I mean, they're estimates in some instances, but you know, the interest rate and the balance and things are, is there more than one source for that data? How do you think your data is going to stack up against real life?
So this update will show you the mortgage. So it's all coming from public records. This update will show you the original loan amount. It's not going to show you the amortized value. The future update will show you amortized value. So let's say if it's a 30-year loan, they took out the loan 29 years ago for 100,000. The loan probably has a balance of like few $100s. It
Yes.
will show you 100,000 with this update. With the future update, it will show you the amortized value, but again, that's based on the estimate, right? Because not all states, I mean, when you look at the mortgage documents, like you will not always know what the interest rate is. So we're going to take an estimate for that, and then we'll amortize based on that. On the original loan and the term of the loan, we'll amortize based on that. But that's a great question, but this update will show you the original loan amount, not the amortized value. The future update will show you the amortized value of that loan based on the information that we have available.
And then the interest rate will be actual if it's actually available. And
Correct.
Estimate will be based on when the loan.
The average, exactly. Average interest, which should be pretty close enough. You know, it should be within 0.25, 0.5% of that. It'll give you a pretty good idea of, you know, the range of the interest rate, but it's very hard to have that, you know, particular like exact interest rate. Yeah, but it'll give you a pretty good idea kind of what the value is, who the lender was, and then what the interest rate is, and then eventually we'll show the amortized value and also what the monthly loan payment is.
Right. Okay.
Okay. Cool. Dominic, what's your question on the banking? Do you refresh to this here to get all the?
Yeah, is there like maybe update that's fixed that, or is it something maybe just bank specific that the connections don't work as well?
It may be bank specific, like mine is pulling out, but if you don't mind, if you, in the email that you're going to send me, include like the bank that it's happening at. I have my bank with Chase and Mercury Bank, and it pulls all the information. So I haven't had that issue, but I know last week I had one of our users who was having issue with Amex, where he couldn't just link. So for that, like we always have to go to our provider to see, you know, banking information goes to a third party. So we always have to go to them and see what might be going on. But if you don't mind, just send it to me, then I can have my team look into that.
Yeah, well, I've got the same thing, Mercury, Chase, and then Amex. Amex I know is kind of glitchy right now, but it's also,
Right.
They go with the last 5 and of the credit card number.
Right.
And this pulls the last 4, and 2 of my credit cards have the same last 4. So I think it really confused the system.
Got it. Yeah, send it over. Oh, that's interesting. Yeah, send it over to me. I'll have my team look into that. If there's something on our end, we'll get that taken care of.
Cool, will do. Thanks.
All right, Blaine, I'll talk to my team about filtering buyers by vendor tags. Vendor tags. Yeah. Yeah, Andre, that's a good point. To make it clear, so Andre, to make it clear that it's the original loan value and not the amortized. That's a good point. I'll make sure we have that original. Since it's a mortgage amount, we'll say original loan amount, so there's no confusion on that. Cool. All right. Campaign resale, but our acquisition do not get alert of any kind. Yes, Tony, that is being addressed. So Tony had the question that they started some campaigns using REsimpli seller website, but our acquisition manager do not get alerts of any kind that they have new lead. Is this being addressed? Tony, if you send an email to anthony@resimpli.com, I'm going to send you his email. He helped another user with this on how to do it for now, but we have an update coming where anytime a lead comes from the website, it sends a notification out, but he was able to help a user just set up a different email chain for that. Blaine, if you send an email to me and copy here, I'm gonna send you Danielle at REsimpli and then CC me. I'll get that looked into and see what might be going on with that. Ricky has a question. Sharad, does your team? Yeah, Ricky, we should be able to. If you send an email to support at REsimpli and then say you want to do 15-30 minutes consultation, D is saying that the onboarding link doesn't work. It should work unless something got broken with Calendly. So self-help. All right, I'll have my team look into it and see on the onboarding link. I'll have them check the onboarding link and see if there's something going on with that. But yeah, if you send an email to support at REsimpli, then they will be able to schedule a call with you for 15-30 minutes to go over anything specific. All right, cool. Cody, I'll check on that. I'll send a message to my team and see what's going on with that, and I'll see if I'll call my developer if there's something urgent that needs to be done. Okay. Yeah. Thank you, Andre. I'm super excited about this too, man. With this update and the stacking, like it's just gonna give us a good foundation of some of the other things we're working on for the future. But this position was a big update for us. So I'm excited about that. Just the 10 DLC, honestly, I felt like just took half a year out of this year for us in terms of like development resources. We're still not done with it. We're moving over from Clevo to Twilio, which will be done by the end of the year, but we're making good progress on it. So I appreciate all your understanding and patience, guys. It's just not been fun for us. I'm sure you guys have been pretty frustrated with this whole 10 DLC debacle, but cool. Any other questions I can answer for you guys? All right. Thank you so much, guys. I appreciate it. The call recording will be available. All right. Dee, you have a question?
Hey, sorry, I just joined
No worries.
and joined the call late and just joined REsimpli recently. And I think I heard something about support, you guys being backed up on support, but I started out with the trial. I guess I'm still on the trial. And am I not able to even purchase a number while on the trial, or because it says to email support or red?
Yeah, because
Danielle.
we had some like spam issues happening where, like some bots were signing up for like these spam accounts, buying phone numbers, making spam calls. So we kind of put that. But do you want to put your email, send your email to me, and I'll allow that on the back end. We just did that just to prevent like any spam calling and texting on our system. We just want to make sure it's like not a bot signing up for the account. But if you send me your email, or if you email me at Sharad at REsimpli, I'm going to put my email. All right, I got it. I got your email. So I'll have my team. I have your email, and I'll send it to my team.
And the second part to that question is the dialer. So once I actually get the phone number, am I able to use the dialer even while still being on the? Okay.
Yes.
So
Yeah. Once we know it's a real person that's buying number, then you have full access to the system.
Okay. Thank you.
Sure. No worries. Yeah, I already messaged my team, so they'll allow you to buy phone numbers. Okay.
Awesome. Thank you.
Cool. All right. Thank you so much, guys. Thank you for being on the call. If you have any questions, either reach out to me directly, Sharad at REsimpli, or email support at REsimpli. We're in the process of, I apologize for being a little bit backed up on this support, but we've already hired a couple of people, and then they'll get onboarded next week or two. So we should definitely, you guys will notice a difference in that. All right. All right. Thank you, guys. Have a great rest of the week. Thanks. Take care. Bye-bye.